Welcome to Quiet Psychology. Most of what you've heard about the law of attraction has been missing a crucial piece. You were told to just want it, to just ask, to just believe. But almost nobody explained how to persuade the enormous power inside you, your subconscious mind. In this video, we're going to complete that missing piece. I'm going to show you how to use the power of your subconscious, because the moment you convince your subconscious, everything changes. That is the strongest law of attraction secret. If you're ready, let's begin, because in a moment, you're going to start taking your life back. Chapter 1. The Invisible Programmer Writing Your Fate. There are two versions of you running your life. The first is the you listening to me right now, your conscious mind, the part that plans, imagines, chooses, and decides. It's like the captain on the bridge of a ship. You hold the wheel. You give orders. You want a new route, a richer harbor, a calmer island, a better life. But there is a second you, a quiet, unseen you working deep in the engine room. The massive crew that actually powers the ship, ignites the engines, and determines where you end up. That is your subconscious mind. Here's the problem. You, as the captain, can say, "I want to be wealthy," but the invisible programmer in the engine room may still be running code that was written years ago. Maybe it's the code you heard as a child. Money is hard to earn. Maybe it's people like us don't get rich. Maybe it's if you have more, you lose more. So no matter how firmly you turn the wheel toward abundance, that old programming quietly pulls the ship back toward what it already knows. The safe route of scarcity, struggle, and smallness. And then you ask yourself, why can't I move forward? Why do I keep ending up in the same place? This is exactly what the psychologist Carl Jung, one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century, described with a single sentence. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. So what you call fate is often just the result of inner programs you don't even realize you have. Your subconscious holds your deepest assumptions, your beliefs, fears, habits, and reflexes. And its power is far greater than your conscious willpower. Trying to fight it with force is like an ant trying to wrestle an elephant. So how do you win? Not by fighting. You win by learning its language, by speaking to it not like an enemy, but like a partner. Because that inner programmer isn't evil, it isn't trying to ruin your life, it's repeating old instructions that were written to protect you. Your job is to give it new instructions, a new destination, a new normal, a new identity. But how did those old limiting codes get installed in the first place? And more importantly, how do you recognize the traitor in the system and reprogram it? Now we're entering the most critical part, because I'm about to give you the key that changes the programmer itself. Chapter 2. The Story of the Guard Inside You. Here's the secret about your subconscious. It's not a villain. It's a guard, a loyal guard, a protective system that swore to keep you safe. But there's a problem. That guard received most of its commands when you were very young, when you didn't fully understand the world. Think about it. Maybe you were a kid who got excited and told your parent a big dream, and they snapped in a tired moment, "Don't be ridiculous, we don't have time for that." In that instant, your guard wrote a note. Dreaming is dangerous. It leads to disappointment. Command. Don't dream too big. Stay realistic. Or maybe you made a mistake at school and the teacher embarrassed you in front of everyone. Remember that heat in your face, the shame, the feeling of wanting to disappear. The guard wrote another note. Mistakes are painful. Mistakes bring humiliation. Command. Don't take risks. Don't stand out. Play it safe. Or maybe you grew up hearing that money was the reason people fought. You heard, "We can't afford it." You felt the tension. You watched arguments happen around bills. Your guard wrote a final command. Money equals stress. Money equals conflict. Money equals danger. Command: stay away from money. It's not for us. Do you see it? Those limiting beliefs were not your choice. They were old safety protocols designed to protect you from pain, rejection, and instability. Your subconscious is trying to keep you alive, and sometimes it believes that a new job means humiliation, a new relationship means heartbreak, and more money means conflict. That's why you can't beat it with willpower alone, because every time you try to step into something bigger, the guard sounds the alarm. Danger zone, turn back, and it pulls you back into the familiar life, comfortable enough to survive, but painful enough to feel stuck. So what do? How do we train this loyal but misinformed guard? How do we communicate with it? This is where most people make the biggest mistake. They try to convince the subconscious with logic. But this will work. But this is profitable. But this relationship will make me happy. Yet the guard doesn't speak the language of logic. As Jung pointed out through his life's work, the subconscious does not communicate through rational arguments. It speaks through a different language entirely: symbols, emotions, and images. So what language does it understand? How do you get that loyal but wrongly programmed guard onto your side? Now it's time to learn the most powerful persuasion technique for the subconscious. You're about to speak its language. Chapter 3. The Subconscious Language, Images, and Emotions. There are 2 rules for talking to your subconscious. When you make these 2 rules the center of your life, manifestation and the law of attraction start to feel almost effortless. Rule 1. The subconscious responds to images, not words. Rule 2. The subconscious responds to emotions, not logic. That's it. Images and emotions. But what do most people do? They stand in front of a mirror repeating, "I am rich, I am rich, I am rich." And then they wonder why nothing changes. It's like trying to communicate with someone in a language they don't understand. You only exhaust yourself. Words don't get past the guard at the gate. Because for you, rich might be just a word. But for your subconscious, that word may be linked to old pictures, fights, stress, fear, scarcity, humiliation, rejection. So every time you say wealth, the guard hears danger. So let's change the game. Don't approach your subconscious with words. Approach it with a mental movie. Whatever you want to attract, imagine it already done, in vivid detail, as if it's real. Not, "I want to be wealthy." Instead, picture the exact moment you see the numbers you want in your bank account. See the screen. See the digits clearly. Notice what happens to your face, the smile that appears without effort. Feel what happens in your chest, the release, the breath, the lightness. Maybe you feel your shoulders drop for the first time in years, like a weight finally lifted. Live that relief. Want a home you love? Imagine the moment you open the front door. Feel your hand on the handle. Step inside and notice the scent, clean, new, peaceful. Feel the sunlight warming your face through the window. Hear the sound of your footsteps on the floor as you walk through the living room. This is the language of the subconscious. Clear, sensory, emotionally charged images. But one piece is still missing. A movie needs fuel. And the fuel is emotion. Not just any emotion. The strongest creative emotion is gratitude. The feeling of thankfulness as if it has already happened. As if the money is already yours. As if you already moved into that home. As if that healthy relationship already exists. As if your new identity is already real. That deep, calm gratitude is one of the strongest signals you can send to your subconscious. It tells the guard, Look, everything is fine. This new reality is safe. This is good. We don't need the old programs anymore. This is who we are now. Carl Jung devoted his life to understanding inner symbols and images because he knew something important. Deep transformation does not happen through words alone. It happens through inner images and the emotional energy you attach to them. So when do you run this mental movie? Is it equally powerful at any time of day? No. There is a hidden doorway to the subconscious, a time when the guard is sleepiest, least defensive, and most receptive. Chapter 4, The Twilight Zone of the Mind, the last 5 minutes before sleep. I told you there's a secret passage to the subconscious. That passage opens twice a day. The drowsy moment right before you fall asleep, the foggy moment right after you wake up. These moments are often associated with alpha and theta brainwave states, but forget the scientific terms for now. Think of it like this. Your conscious mind, the non-stop talking, analyzing, worrying captain, starts to drift into sleep, and the doors to the engine room swing wide open. The guard is tired. The inner critic quiets down. The gate is open. This is the most fertile soil for planting new seeds. And most people plant the wrong seeds. They lie down replaying stress, debts, arguments, fears, humiliations, worst-case scenarios. And without realizing it, they plant those images into the richest soil of the subconscious. Then they wake up and wonder why the same problems keep growing. They poisoned their own garden. But not tonight. Starting now, the last 5 minutes before sleep becomes sacred. Put the phone down, turn the TV off, leave the day's problems outside the room. Lie down and run your mental movie, but don't just watch it like a screen. Be inside it. See what you want to see, hear what you want to hear, and most importantly, feel what you want to feel. The freedom and safety that money brings, the love and peace of a healthy relationship, the energy and confidence of a strong body. And then add the strongest fuel, gratitude. Fall asleep with a deep sense of thankfulness, as if it's already yours. And say it quietly, sincerely. Thank you, because my life is wonderful. Thank you, because everything is working out. Thank you, because I already have everything I want. When you fall asleep in that state, your subconscious processes that instruction all night. It starts accepting the new image as your new reality. It deletes the old infected programs and begins installing the new software you wrote. But this is not a one-night trick. It's a practice, a habit, a gardener's work. Every night, you plant the seeds again, patiently, consistently. And remember this truth: a person who does not face their own darkness will project it onto others. This practice is a way of bringing light to the inner scarcity programs, not by fighting them, but by replacing them with a new emotional reality. This is often called the sleep state technique, or programming before sleep. One of the simplest and most effective ways to work with the subconscious. But sometimes the subconscious can be stubborn. Some beliefs are deeply rooted, old code written over decades. So what is the final technique that breaks even the most resistant program and convinces the guard beyond doubt? Now we reach the step that changes everything. Chapter 5, Creating Proof, the Power of Small Wins. So far, you've done 2 things. 1. You showed your subconscious a new image. 2. You fueled it with emotion. But sometimes a skeptical voice whispers, "This isn't real, you're just pretending." Here's what you must understand. The subconscious loves proof. It references what happens in the real world. So you must give it evidence that what you want is possible. That's why you set small, reachable targets on the path to your bigger dream. Let's call them proof targets. Say your goal is to earn an extra $10,000 a month. For your subconscious right now, that might feel unbelievable. The guard might immediately shout, "Impossible!" So you shrink the target. This week, set the intention to earn an extra $100. Then ask yourself, how could I create $100? Maybe you sell something you don't use. Maybe you take an extra shift. Maybe you offer a small service using a skill you already have. Set the intention. At night, run your mental movie. But this time, imagine the moment you earn that $100. Feel the pride, the competence, the calm confidence. Then take action, and the moment you actually earn it, that's when the real magic happens. Because you didn't just earn $100, you sent a powerful message to your subconscious. See, it's possible. I did it. I am someone who can create money. I am capable. That small win creates a crack in the old code. I can't. Then you expand the target. $250, then $500, then more. Each small win is light entering through the crack. Each piece of proof weakens the guard's resistance. Over time, your subconscious begins to accept the new belief. I can earn. I am valuable. I can succeed. Don't try to leap to the top in one jump. Climb the staircase one step at a time, because attracting what you want is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Not overnight magic, a conscious creation process. Final summary, the 4-step roadmap. Let's summarize the entire method. 1. Understand the guard inside you, your subconscious. It's not your enemy, it's an old protection program. 2. Speak its language, not logic, but vivid images and strong emotion. 3. Use the most fertile time. Turn the last 5 minutes before sleep into a sacred ritual. Run your desired life movie and fall asleep in gratitude. 4. Offer proof. Build belief through small wins, real-world evidence that your goal is possible. Call it the law of attraction, affirmations, manifestation, whatever name you prefer. They all meet at this foundation. Your subconscious must accept it as safe and real. And remember Jung's reminder, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. Today, you looked inside, and your awakening is only beginning. Be patient. Apply this consistently. Watch how your life starts changing step by step in ways that feel almost miraculous. When those invisible inner walls come down, there will be no goal you can't reach, no dream you can't live. Because the power was never outside you, it was always inside you. You just didn't know how to use it. Now you do. So tonight, when you lie down, don't fill your mind with worries and fear. Set them aside and do just this. Fall asleep with strong gratitude, as if it is already yours, and whisper, "Thank you, because my life is wonderful. Thank you, because everything is working out. Thank you, because I already have everything I want." Sleep with that feeling. Wake with that reality. And thank you for staying to the end and giving yourself this chance. I'll keep making videos like this so you can remember your power and watch your life expand into it. See you in the next video. Take care.